Welcome to North Carolina. We tearfully left Matt's aunt and uncle in Virginia and headed east to Edenton, North Carolina. Our navigation took us on back roads that really weren't designed for a 53-foot-long, 15-ton load. One family from their front yard stared with jaws dropped as we slowly maneuvered under huge trees and a 2-lane road that was only wide enough for us. RV Life, our navigation app, does come with hilarious memories. Arriving in what felt like super humidity, we had the cutest little campground with our own pond and ducks and par 3 course and beautiful sunsets. We were there to see dear friends, so hanging out was generally the agenda. But we took a day trip to Outer Banks where we found a dog Halloween costume contest along with a wood boat contest. We supplied our vote for the boat, but it really should carry no weight since we have zero knowledge about boats. We saw the Bodie Island Lighthouse, and we promptly sent a photo to our counselor because he loves lighthouses and because we really miss him. We had lunch overlooking the bay and wandered through a wildlife refuge that had these cute little turtles and thousands of birds. Matt's highlight of the month was going deep sea fishing with our friend's dad. We call him Scooter. They left the trailer at 7 a.m. for a 14-hour day, drove up to Chesapeake Bay, and headed on the water. He has only ever caught 2 fish in his life, once as a kid, as you see here, and the other just a few months ago in Minnesota. After catching 25 fish in 2 hours, he understands the affection towards fishing. On their way back, they saw battleships and container ships and barges. Even though they forgot the bait back home, he got a little motion sick, and it was a long day. They had the best time, and he's still talking about it 5 months later. The town of Edenton is rich in U.S. history, touting the first women's activist group. Look up the Edenton Tea Party, and you won't be disappointed with these educated, literate women who stood up to the King of England and risked far more than those wimpy, nameless guys of the Boston Tea Party. Kristen toured me around town to see amazingly huge houses, telling the history as I reveled in the architecture. We saw gardens and an ice house turned upscale restaurant, and plantations, and a home rolled 3 blocks down the street just to be on the water, and the original Supreme Court Justice House, and the oldest house in North Carolina. I'll leave you with my favorite house, one I would definitely love to live in. One of our favorite adventures of the last 9 months of being on the road was riding the cotton picker baler and touring the cotton gin. We arrived during peanut and cotton harvesting season, so Kristen made a call to a church friend, and her husband called his cousin, who happened to be out harvesting, and told us to meet him in an hour. We love small towns. We anxiously awaited as our chariot arrived, and he let us ride along for a couple of passes through the field, took time to answer all of our questions and show us the inner workings of the head, and a few days later took off an afternoon to meet us at the gin and give us a tour there. It is a co-op, and he is a proud contributor. Being from Nebraska, I knew nothing about cotton, but a little about farming. We witnessed the entire process from harvest to finalized bale. The cotton pickers are similar to wheat combines, but a smidge smaller. The modules, round or rectangular, seen here, are then moved from the field to a staging area that the co-op owns and will process when they are ready. Cotton can wait years to be processed and loses zero quality. They bring in a module, unwrap it as it moves along into the facility where it gets chopped up, dried out, de-seeded, added a little moisture back in, packed into a tight cube bale, and banded. 2 samples are taken from every bale and sent to the government for quality testing. The bale is plastic wrapped as a final product. Everything is labeled for the farmer and source module. This gin runs 24 hours a day in the fall. We even got to see the moat, which is saved and used to make U.S. currency and other products that don't need such a high quality of cotton. We also learned that organic cotton is sprayed the same chemicals as conventional. It's a hormone that's naturally occurring to the plant, but smells awful, and it helps with the timing of a field so it can be harvested all at the same time. The best way to help support cotton farmers is to buy jeans. Lots of jeans. They are the biggest consumer of cotton. So go wear out those knees, buy some new Levi's or Wranglers if you're in my family, and support our local farmers.